Hey guys, just wait and watch. Welcome to PH Whiskey. Please do subscribe our channel. Okay then, before we start, I would like to ask you a simple question. Who is really running the world? Is it the people living in the world? Or is it the great powerful leaders around the world? Who is it? You might be surprised to listen to this. It's the secret societies around the world. A lot of people dismiss the notion of secret societies out of hand. To them, talk about the Bilderberg, Freemason, or Illuminati sounds far fetched, if not outright crazy. But that's partly because it's not easier to believe. After all, to believe that a small, secretive group of powerful individuals is calling the shots behind the scenes means conceding our fate, generally speaking, is out of control. We Indians have so much of interesting myths, beliefs, and mythology surrounding our religion. In fact, these mythologies might have gone through a number of retelling at different ages. It has a rich history, enigmatic characters, resounding stories, and a surprising innate association with modern science. There is a pervasive legend in India of a secret organization that allegedly had a vast amount of advanced knowledge in their possession. Believed to have formed over 2000 years ago, the Nine Unknown Men is widely suspected of manipulating political and societal trends in order to further the personal goals of the Nine. But is such a secret organization reality, or is it merely the stuff of legend? Before that, let me share you the origin of the story. The Society of Nine Unknown Men was formed shortly after 226 BC of Emperor Ashoka, grandson of legendary emperor who unified the Indian subcontinent Chandragupta. Ashoka was very anxious to uphold his grandfather's legacy and maintain the empire. At that time, in the region between Calcutta and Madras, the Kalingan resisted the imperial rule, leading to an all-out war. Ashoka's vastly superior force are said to have killed over 100,000 of Kalingan warriors and deported over 150,000 of region's villagers. Even though he had won the war, Ashoka was aghast at the carnage such a victory entailed. From then on, he swore off violence forever. Most importantly, he renounced the idea of trying to integrate the rebellious people, declaring that only true conquest was to win man's heart by observance of the law of duty and pity, because the sacred majesty desired that all living creatures should enjoy security, peace, and happiness, and be free to live as they pleased. So committed was the emperor to this mission that he sought to prevent his fellow men from putting their intelligence towards pertaining evil, particularly the evil involved in warfare. The task of collecting, preserving, and containing all knowledge was too great for one emperor to do alone, not the least because of the other duties required by ruling an empire. So Ashoka summoned none of the most brilliant minds in India at that time. For security purpose, the identity of these men were never made public. Together, this genius formed the secret society that came to be known as Nine Unknown Men. The organization set up, accumulating all of the scientific knowledge they could, from natural science to psychology to composition of matter, fearing that if ordinary men were given the scientific knowledge, they could use it for destruction. Only the nine men were allowed to study and develop the scientific theories and technology. To better accomplish this daunting task, each of the nine men were charged with a specific book that he could update, revise, and ultimately perfect the knowledge therein. When one of the nine could no longer complete the task, whether from his wish to retire, failing health, or death, the obligation was passed to a chosen successor. The number of members in the society were always nine. Thus, the Society of Nine Unknown Men had allegedly lived for over 2000 years. Speculating about the contents of each of the nine books varies widely. In 1923, Talbot Mundy, an English writer, published a book entitled The Nine Unknown Men, which contained a list of the nine books. The first book dealt with technique of propaganda and psychological warfare. The most dangerous of all science is that of molding mass opinion, because it would enable anyone to govern the whole world. The second book discussed physiology and explained how to kill a person simply by touching him or her, known as the touch of death, simply by reversal of a nerve impulse. It is said that martial art of judo is the result of leakage from the second book. The third book focused on microbiology and biotechnology. The fourth book dealt with alchemy and transmutation of metals. According to another legends, in this time of severe drought, temples and religions relief organization received a large quantity of gold from a secret source. The fifth book contained a study of all means of communication, terrestrial and extraterrestrial, alluding then that the nine unknown men were aware of the aliens' presence. The sixth book focused on the secret of gravitation and actual instruction, how to make the ancient Vedic Viman. It's like aerospace technology. The seventh book contained cosmogony and matter of universe. The eighth book dealt with light, including the speed, and how to use it as a weapon. The ninth and the final book discussed sociology. It included rules for evolution of society and means of foretelling their decline. But were the nine unknown men real? Ashoka may very well have asked nine men of unknown identity to gather scientific knowledge, particularly with regards to its application to warfare. This was a very fractious time, and for other emperors have been known to order similar initiatives. These men may have explored different empires, battle tactics and training, weapon manufacturing, horse and elephant handling, maybe even gunpowder usage. However, an ancient group living on in secrecy for over 2000 years, controlling global events from the remote jungles of India with not a hint of modern equipment, infrastructure or technology is hard to believe. For many, the legend is most likely just a legend.